Hi guys. I gotta unplug my, hold on, I gotta plug my mic in, I forgot. One moment please. There. Can you hear me now? Testing one. I think it's all good. I think I got 3 external batteries down here, one for each device. So if we lose juice, then we're all set, right? How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday, happy Glitter Pit Day. As some people in the early bird chat were saying, happy Dawn Day. You guys are so sweet. All right, let's go ahead and do some giveaways, right? We got the glitter giveaway from my website. Then we got the early bird chat giveaway, and we got the YouTube giveaway. So let's do the early bird chat. Well, let's do the early bird giveaway first, not the early bird chat. Let me get my iPad here. All right, so we have, let me give you some of, oh wait, let me flip this over here. Hold on so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I have some sea glass shapes. Oh, let me turn my comments on too. So I can see you guys. I was over at my computer. There's my spinner, and here's my email. Here's the new host code for this week. We're doing another class. You guys loving the classes, right? This is the new host code, and I got the correct dates. This is going to go through Saturday, October 16th at midnight. And this is 11 p.m. Central, 10 Mountain, and 9 Pacific. So, but it's midnight Eastern time. Okay, so this is the new host code. And let me get my stylist here. Now this is for the early bird chat because I seen a lot of you guys already in there. We were chatting up a storm and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 5-2. We got to go. All right. These are the faux sea glass shapes. Let's do that. Let me do my spinner. All right, here. Who is it? Margaret! Margaret, you haven't won in a long time, have you? Yay, Margaret! Or maybe I just don't remember. I don't think you have one in a long time, so it's way overdue. Okay, make sure I'm clicking the applause, not the fax machine. Ay, ay, ay. Yay, Margaret! Woo-woo! Okay, Margaret, I already have your address. Oh, let me put on here sea glass. All right, Richard's sleeping still. He's got to get up anyway, so I'm just going to be my normal loud self, right? He's used to it. So, but he's upstairs, I'm downstairs, so it's all good. All right, so Margaret, you got the sea glass. I'll get those sent out to you tomorrow morning. And once again, here's the host code. If you guys are wanting to place an order, remember this is for anything you want, at least $40. So you guys can get envelopes, cardstock, adhesive. It doesn't have to be the Santa delivery bundle, which is what we're going to use today. It could be an order on anything. So as long as you use the host code and as long as it reaches the minimum of $40. Okay? So use that host code until this upcoming Saturday at midnight. All right, and we'll bring that back in here in a jiff. But let me go ahead and announce the other winners for last week's glitter giveaway. We have 2 winners for that. Here, I'm gonna pull that up. Let me put my spinner out here. Yay, Sarah and Diana. Woo woo! You guys are contacted and the sets have been sent out as of yesterday. Woo! Congratulations, ladies. Yay! Oh, wait, let me do my clap. It's much better. Yay! All right, one more giveaway. We had the Cottage Wreath card class. This was from last week, right? Bev Bloomfield, you left a comment on my YouTube channel after the live, and you were entered into the Cottage Wreath bundle class. So your name is on here for this class. You will get this kit, but I need you to email me here. Let me put this over here. So email me here, Bev, at dawn@theglitterpit.com. Email me there, Bev, and let me have your address. This is your physical street address, so I can mail this kit to you, all right? This is the Cottage Wreath Bundle. So this week I'm giving away last week's card kit. I have an extra one. And it was for the Mischievous, or the North Pole Mischievous card kit. So I have an extra one. So I'm going to give you, remember this is the gift card holder that we made last week. Yay. So I have an extra kit that will be given out next week for a comment that's going to be randomly drawn. And I have that right here. This one right here. Leave a comment after the live stream, which is going to be underneath, like so. Leave a comment underneath the YouTube screen that you see the live stream on right now. There's a comment section after the live stream. So the reason you want to do that is because I can't go back into the live stream in the live chat. I can't chat with you guys live. I mean, like, type out. And I can't respond to you guys if you guys have, like, leave really, well, I try to respond to everybody's comment, even if it's a thank you, but I can't respond to you guys live. It has to be on the comment section. So not only can I reply to you in the comment section after the live, then I can pick a winner randomly from the comment section. So that's where the comments are coming from for next week's North Pole how am I saying that? North Pole Mischief. That's it. Mischief. North Pole Mischief card kit. This will be for next week, all right? So we have to have Bev Bloomfield contact me with your address, and you'll get the Cottage Wreath kit, okay? So this one's for this week coming up. And I think that's it, isn't it? Is that it? So now I can put you guys in picture, right? Hi, guys. So, what's new, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's a gloomy, rainy, not too chilly. It's like near 70 outside. It's really actually pretty nice out. It's not like below 50 or anything. But somebody had asked in my early bird chat if we were going walking today or if I'd already walked. So, here's the deal. Richard had hurt his leg when my glitter queens were here for the retreat. You guys remember that, right? When they were here in August for the weekend glitter queens retreat. So my husband had pulled some ligaments or something behind his kneecap. So we're only walking once a day. And sometimes if it's really nice out, we still walk our neighborhood for 2 miles, or we go to the gym, or we go to the mall. So, and we usually do it in the afternoon because he's been getting home pretty early, like 5:36, and it's still so cold out at that time. So he just comes home and then he just goes right to bed, and then we go walking in the afternoon. So that's what we've been doing, and it's been working pretty good considering how yucky and chilly it's been, you know. All right, so just to let you guys know, this is my email address. I check this every day, multiple times a day. So if you guys need me for anything, if you guys have questions, if you have concerns, or if you have a request for a fun fold or a card class or a bundle, whatever, I'm open for ideas and suggestions. Email me here, dawn@theglitterpit.com. And the @ is the @ sign. You guys know, right? So it's not like literally AT, it's the @ sign. So dawn@theglitterpit.com. That's the jingle, right? All right, so I still have some more mystery boxes. You guys, I sell them out and then I'm making up more. I got so much stuff. Seriously. Mary, I sent you a PayPal. You bought 2 boxes. Renee's got 2 boxes on hold. She sent me a check. I'm waiting for her check to show up any day now. So I'm pretty much caught up with all the boxes, but I got like 3 ready to go. So when they sell out, then I just put some more together and then they're ready to go. So mystery boxes are still available. $75. This includes the $19.95 shipping, flat rate shipping. And the box is jam-packed with all Stampin' Up! Retired items. So I've been doing this for my business. I've been a demonstrator for 19 years. Next year will be 20 years. 2023 will be 20 years. And so I've collected a lot of stuff over the years. So they're from, old paper pumpkin kits. You got old stamp sets, some markers. And you guys have been loving the kits or the boxes. So thank you so much for sharing how you're so excited. Everybody's saying it's like Christmas when you get the mystery box. So, and I send them out pretty darn quick. And then I can give you the tracking, which I've been giving everybody the tracking. So, because everybody's excited about getting it, So Mystery boxes are still available if you want one. Hey, you can get one and wrap it up for Christmas from your husband or something. I don't know. It'd be like a mystery box for Christmas under the Christmas tree. Yes, and Richard asked me if I wanted to put the Christmas tree up yet. I told him it's a little early, but hey, you guys know I love my Christmas tree. It's so pretty, so sparkly. All right, so let's get into the updates, and then we'll get into the stamping part of it, all right? Also, I have 2 moderators. Hopefully, Teresa's here today. Irene, I seen Irene's here. Yay for Irene. She's our moderator. They're going to keep track of all the yucky people that come in and want to spam us. So they keep it nice. The chat's nice and clean, so we don't have to worry about all those, site links, which we don't like. Thumbs down. Thank you, Irene. And I didn't see if Teresa was here yet. Everybody say hi to Irene. And if you see Teresa, she's got a little blue wrench by her name as well as Irene. So those are my moderators. They help the chat go nice and smooth. So thank you, ladies. All right, so if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter every Wednesday at 2:30, I know it went out today, so it's good. I think there's only been a couple times where it's kind of not went out. So all you have to do is just sign up with your cell phone, so we make it as easy as possible. Use your cell phone and text 1 glitter to 22828 and then hit send. So the number is not like your normal phone number. I know, it's like a weird number. You guys probably see these on commercials and stuff. So the number is 22828. That's it. There's no area code. There's no 7 digits. There's no hashtag. It's just 22828. And then the subject line, like you're texting somebody, like you're texting your mom, put 1 glitter and then hit send. And then it should pop back, and then you're going to enter your email address that you want the notification to go to. Then hit send, and then you should be all set. It should pop back and say you're all set. So do that today if you haven't already. We want you to be a subscriber to my newsletter so you know what's going on. There's a lot. And look, I have to show you guys the bonus project today because it is so stinking cute. You guys know that I'm in the newsletter co-op with a few other girls, and the project this month is so cute. So I want to let you guys know this is the project, and you only get it if you're a newsletter subscriber. So if you're not today, don't miss next week. Seriously. So this is this week's, don't you love it? So, and inside is a little, well, it's not mine because this wasn't my idea, but I remade it because on the project has black glimmer paper. Well, we know black glimmer paper is retired, so I wanted to make it in black. So it's still super cute, which you guys just seen. So that tutorial is in this week's newsletter. So please check it out and love it, of course. So you'll also get the sneak peek of the projects we're making, well, at least one picture of one of the 3 projects, because last month we changed. We're doing an online class now every Wednesday live here in the Glitter Pit. We make 3 projects live, and I offer the card kit. There's many reasons why I started doing the online class, one of which is because I get asked a lot about me selling my projects or my cards, and I don't. And the reason I don't is because I send the cards out as soon as I make them. Well, pretty close to the time when I make them. I send them out to my team and to my family. So this is a way to have you guys get the card kit and make the exact same cards with me. Follow along with the video. You got the PDF. Everybody can use the PDF, not the PDF, sorry. It's inspirational sheet, the downloadable, printable sheet. You can print that. It's open to anybody. You can print it. It has all the supplies and the measurements and a photograph of the project we're making. Also the live stream, which is what you're watching right now. You can watch that back after the live stream is over in about an hour-ish. And then I put little key moments on the video. If you're not aware of this, it's also on the video in YouTube. Once the video is processed, I add the key moments to the video. So if you want to look for project number 1 or card number 1, just take your little cursor and run it along the bottom of the video screen. This is after the video has been processed, so you won't see it during the live. This is on YouTube's side after it's being processed. So run your cursor on the bottom of the screen and it should tell you right where you're at. And then you can go to project 1, project 2, project 3. Super easy. So if you don't like all the chit chat, you can just fast forward to that project. All right. So we try to make it as easy as possible. So the card kits are available if you place a minimum of a $40 order. And I had mentioned this before that pretty much covers my commission, is covering the shipping and the consumables that I'm sending to you as a thank you. So once you use that host code, which is right here, of at least $40, you're going to get the card kit to make the 3 projects that we're making today. If your order's $150 or more, please do not use this host code. Do not use this host code. If your order's $150, you're going to get your own Stampin' Rewards goodies from Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up is rewarding those that place a $150 or more order with Stampin' Rewards, which is free money to spend on what you want. So if you use this host code, you're forfeiting on those Hostess rewards or your Stampin' Rewards. So don't use the host code, but you'll still get the card kit from me, all right? Remember, the order has to be placed between starting today until Saturday. And you have to use this host code. If you don't use the host code, and you remember, as soon as possible, call Stampin' Up. I have the number on my website, so you can click on my website, which is dawnstampingthoughts.net, which is right here. Go to my website today and tomorrow. The information is listed right there. So if you have to call Stampin' Up, call them as soon as possible and get them to add the host code for you. Okay? And they'll do it for you. They're kind of fighting the demonstrators nowadays because I feel like, not me, but many demonstrators just say, oh, add this order, add this order, add this order to the host code when they really shouldn't be doing that. So when you call about your own order and you'll say, oops, I forgot to add the host code, and they'll say, okay, what is the order number? And then what's the host code? And then they'll add it. Super easy. But let me know because I start cutting the card kits on Sunday. Okay? Sunday afternoon, we start cutting, my husband and I. So we get everything ready. This week, the card kits went out. They went to the mailbox or the post office on Monday, but Monday was Columbus Day, so they actually went out Tuesday. So you guys all probably got your card kits today from last week. So we try to get them out in a timely manner. That's why there's a date on that as well. Okay? So that's a little lowdown on the card kits. And we just started this last month. So I really like the feedback. If you guys like the projects and you guys like the kits, let me know. So far, so good. Everybody likes it. This is the 4 tutorials for this month of October. Let me get that off there. So you're going to get a link when you place an order, and this is for the host code too. You'll still get your thank you notes, and if your order reaches $50, for every $50, you'll get a token. So I'm still honoring the tokens even when you use that host code. So you also get an email from me personally that has the link for all 4 tutorials on my Stampin' Anonymous, or not Stampin' Anonymous, sorry. Just Stampin' Tutorials with the group of us that do the tutorials. So that email will come to your email box from this email, dawn@theglitterpit.com. That's the email that comes to. And I email those out personally, all right? The brand new card kit, which is an organizer and a card kit, is the birthday card organizer kit. It just launched on October 4th. The item number is 161056. It's $25 for this kit. These are only available online at my online store. And then you can get this kit, which is, well, all the kits are while supplies last, but what's nice with this kit is it comes with an organizer. So you have like a monthly birthday, or you can use it for anniversaries. You can use it however you want, but it's just got the month, and they got like little pockets in them. So you can put like, let's say my birthday's in January. So if you want to mail me a card, put my birthday card in January's pocket. Just saying. So, but all this is really super cute. Plus you get 12, I think it's 12 cards that, look how pretty those cards are. Aren't they pretty? And then the little, what is that? Gingham or houndstooth or whatever. So yeah, the card kit, 12 cards plus the organizer. 161056. And you can only get that online at my online store. The next Paper Pumpkin kit is all ready to sign up. If you wanted last month's Paper Pumpkin kit, you're too late. The Paper Pumpkin due date to sign up is the 10th of every month. the 11th, which today's the 12th, the 11th of every month, Paper Pumpkin is already being shipped out. So the only way, if your Paper Pumpkin is canceled or if it doesn't get shipped out, they should notify you. Let's say you changed debit cards or credit cards and you forgot to update your Paper Pumpkin account. Make sure you go into your account and update your credit card information and your shipping address, because it could get canceled if you don't update your debit card or your credit card information, all right? But Paper Pumpkin for last month has already been shipped out. This month for November are tags, and they coordinate with last month's Paper Pumpkin. So it's really super cute. Look how cute the box is. Little Santa hat. And there's bags that go with this Paper Pumpkin, and those are only available when you are a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin. I meant to print off a picture of it, but I forgot. Okay, so now we're down to the PDF, or the downloadable inspirational sheet. This is the information of all the projects that we're making today, and they're all fun folds with the cute little gift card holder. This is using the Santa Express. Let me show you that bundle. Such a cute little bundle. Let me tell you, this little penguin, every time I added him to all the cards, it just seems like, you ever seen the movie Elf? Santa's here, Santa's here. That's what it reminds me of. Because he's like so happy to see Santa. I just love it. So anytime I added that penguin, it just makes me think of Elf, the movie. Don't we love that movie? I love it. And then this is the coordinating die, the Santa train dies. These are not in that die, but I use them. I wanted to show you what those were. So lots of duplicate dies for the sign. You have the, what else was there? Oh, the puff of smoke. You know what? When I showed Richard these cards this month, he said, you should make one with the puff of smoke coming out from the wheels, like it's hauling ass down the track. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Because I took it off and I put one on the train track, you know, like on the wheel. I'll show you the cards here in a minute. But he's like, yeah, you want one like going down the track, like really burning rubber. I'm like, I don't think that's going to work. But this is the bundle we're using this week. Okay? So if you don't have it, you're going to want it because it's so cute. And you're going to need it this week for this week's cards, because you're going to have to stamp and die cut all your images, because I'm not adding those images to the kit. It's just very time consuming. And Stampin' Up! Does not allow us to stamp any images in the card kit. It's only consumables. So it's Stampin' Up's policy. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you the cards, but I want to show you this week's glitter giveaway on my website. Let me move this stuff over here. Hold on. All right. This is this week's glitter giveaway winner from last week. Let me get my spinner here. Did I already do that? Yeah, I did. I think I already did this, didn't I? I got to show you guys the new stamps, right, for this upcoming week. Duh, I totally forgot. All right. Sorry. Let's continue with the broadcast. All right, these are the two new stamp sets. Well, they're not new, but they are actually new. I don't think I've used these. This one is Thinking Thanks and Peace. Very cute for thinking of you, peace on earth, sending thanks, and boo. So that is Thinking Thanks and Peace. And then this one is Handsomely Suited. Great for Father's Day and birthday cards for the masculine, for the ties. So cute. And I think this is a new one too. Both of them are retired. So these will be posted on my website tomorrow. Leave a comment on my website right here. Starting tomorrow morning about 7 o'clock, leave a comment and your name will be entered to win one of these two stamp sets. Okay? I like it when you guys post like what's your favorite. And I try to give you your guys' favorite, but sometimes it doesn't always go that way. But if you guys leave a comment and you're like, oh my gosh, I love that stamp set, then I kind of know, like when I draw your name randomly, you like that one, then I'll try to get it for you. But like I said, it doesn't always go that way, but I try. I aim to please, right? Okay, so these will be posted on my website tomorrow. Yay. I think that's it. Are you guys ready to stamp? I'm ready to stamp. All right. Aw, thank you, Irene. You are busy, busy. Yes, Linda. Very busy. Oh, and these are the circles I'm using for one of the gift card holder one today. This is from the layering circle dies. But I cut those out for you for the cards. So, but if you have them, you can make multiple cards, all right? I'm going to put these in here. Now, I did color and die cut all the images. So, I'll show you exactly what I did. You guys know I'll show you what I did. And then we'll just go from there. So, let me show you the cards. They're so cute. First card is the Mint Macaron card. This is a cute, like a flat fold card. Isn't it cute? And then I stamped the Santa Claus is coming to town, but look in the inside. Look, he's peeking out. Santa, Santa. So this is the inside. Also, you can post a piece of basic white on the back if you want to have extra signing, or you can put a piece here. Okay? And you can have your, sign your card here. But that's a cute little fun fold. Sits up really cute. So now, I did something a little bit different because there's a lot of images to stamp and die cut. So I'm giving you guys a piece of basic white 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm showing you how to stamp it so you can utilize the whole piece of cardstock to your benefit on how to stamp the images. This one's pretty easy. You have a little extra space here if you want to cut out some extra penguins or something, but this is how I stamped my quarter sheet of cardstock. And then, of course, you want to stamp it and color it, okay? And then you're going to die cut it with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the dies, okay? And then here is the next card. I will say this is a big shout out to Pat. Pat sent me this card. This was her card. And so I'm totally casing you, Pat. Yay, Pat! This is a bridge card. Isn't that cute? You guys might remember me showing you this card a couple weeks ago. She was so excited to send it to me, and I absolutely love it. So we're totally casing you today, Pat. I love it. So this one sets up like this. And there's a little place to sign, which is where Pat signed on the back of hers. But it's so cute. This will be the second card. And then here's my card. And I added the piece of basic white to show you how to stamp all your images. Not that you guys know how to stamp. I mean, you guys know how to stamp. I'm just saying that a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of basic white will be plenty enough for all your stamping. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. You're going to stamp the tree and the presents, the sign, and then the 2 little penguins in the background. And then your puff of smoke over here. And then it lays flat like this to ship or mail. Okay, so either way, it mails out like this or like that. And then mine has the Merry Christmas on the back. Okay, so that's card number 2. I got to keep these straight because I got all my blends on here too that I used. So I want to tell you what colors I used for each of the cards. Okay. And then the last card is the gift card holder. And it's a little belly band on here. I'll give you the measurements. You'll get all the pieces except for, like I said, the stamped images and any die cuts of the train because it's easier to stamp them and die cut them. But you'll get the belly band and you'll get the circle with the scallop. And then the card opens up like this and you have your gift bag inside with your gift card. Well, it's not going to have a gift card when you get the kit, but it's going to have all the stuff to make your gift bag for the inside. Okay? So that's card number 3 that we're going to make today. Yay! All right, you guys ready? We're going to start with the Mint Macaron one first. And I'll tell you all the details as we go, so you won't miss a thing. So this is the card we're going to make today, right now. So this is what your kit will look like, minus the stamped images. Because if I had to color all these images, we'd be here for a while. And you'll get the envelopes too, okay, with your kit. So here's all the die cuts. And you'll get your train track and smoky slate. We will die cut that for you. And then your 2 pieces of basic white. This piece is for your stamping, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's what you're going to do all your stamping on. And then this piece is for the inside. Hold on, I got to get my directions here. The basic white is cut at let me see here. 4, I think by 5 1/4. Yeah, so 4 by 5 1/4. And there is a difference. You'll see that one is smaller and the other one's bigger. The bigger one is for stamping, okay? So you'll get that. This one's for the inside of the card. Then your piece of Santa Express designer paper. This is cut at 2 by 5 3/8. Make sure your ho 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 is going the right direction on your card. Let's grab our paper trimmer. We're going to score. I'm going to score the cardstock, but you guys are going to have to cut it, all right? So this is your 4 1/4 by 11 piece of mint macaron. And you're going to, well, I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. So it's going to be scored at 5 1/2. Then you're going to turn it on the 4 1/4 inch side. No, yeah, 4 1/4 inch side. And we're going to line this up at 2 1/8. We're going to cut from the top down to the 5 1/2 inch score line. Okay, so you're going to take your cutting blade and you're going to line this up at 2 1/8 over here. 2 1/8, and then you're going to cut down to 5 1/2. And the arrows on your, let me see if you guys can see this, right here on the cutting blade. Hold on, let me see if you can see that. Maybe I should zoom in better. Yeah, you can see that right there, the line. See this line right here? That's right where your blade is at. So when that's lined up right at 5 1/2, that's where you want that to go. Right there, because that's right where the blade is at. Okay? So cut down to 5 1/2. Then you're going to turn it. Now we want to keep the bottom section of the flap, right? So we're going to remove this piece. So you're going to put it back in on the 11 inch side, line it up at 5 1/2 on that score line. And then this time we're going to cut down to the 2 1/8. It should give, yeah, right there. So there's my piece that I cut out. So then this is your fun flat fold card here. Okay, so that's it. Easy, right? Easy peasy. All right, let's add our designer paper. I'm going to put this on the flap right here. This is 2 by 5 3/8. This is all on your printable, okay? And then your basic white. Now I'm going to stamp on this before we put it inside the card. So I'm going to use my Poppy Parade. The 3 colors we're using is Poppy Parade, Shaded Spruce, and the Tuxedo Memento Black. Okay, so let me get my stamp here. This is the, let me show you on the case so you guys can see it. It's so cute. Elf approved and sleigh delivered. We're going to stamp this. Now I'm going to stamp it a little bit towards the bottom, but in the center. Because I want this flap to cover it up. You know what I mean? So don't stamp it high. So stamping it low and center. Right there looks good, I think. Yeah. Okay. That's all the stamping for that. And then you're going to stamp your trains and your little penguins, right? And your little smoke coming out of the train. Oh, and then we got to get our memento ink. We got to stamp Santa Claus is coming to town. And the, what is that? The trailer? Not the trailer. What is that called? I need that stamp. I don't have it out. Right here. The train, and what is, like the caboose or something, isn't it? But it's not a caboose. You guys know what I'm talking about? I don't know what it is. I know I sit at the train tracks when they're going by and I'm like, come on already. All right, Santa Claus is coming to town. And this is a photopolymer stamp set. So you can see right where you're stamping. We're going to take this and we're going to stamp it right into the, did anybody say what this is? Like a cart? A Caboose. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. All right, so we're going to stamp Santa Claus is coming to town right in that little trailer. So cute. All right, I'm going to put this back away in the case here. Hold on. All right, then it's just a matter of decorating the card. Let me put this one on here. Where'd that black go? Okay. So then we can put our, now we're going to put dimensionals on the train and the trailer, right? But we're going to put them on the bottom section because the train is going to overlap onto the, see the back side here? So you just want to keep it towards the bottom edge. So we're going to put dimensionals on the train and the trailer part, the caboose or whatever, right? And then before we put the train on, we got to put the track on. I'm just going to use my liquid glue for that. And this is in Smoky Slate. I thought that looked good with the mint macaron. Just a little bit. Okay. Oh wait, my finished one here. Okay, let me see. I think this is the way this goes. Yeah. Okay, so this is my train track. We're going to put that right in the center of my flap. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see better. Okay, so there's my train track. Then we're going to take the train. Now these two pieces connect. I don't know if you guys knew that, but see how the trailer hitch connects it? Stampin' Up thought of everything. All right, so we're going to put our train on the track right about there. And then put this one connecting, right? So cute. All right, now we're going to put our piece on the inside. We got to add our finishing touches to that piece because I want my penguin peeking out like he's jumping up. Like, Santa, it's Santa. Okay, so yeah, so see how it kind of hides behind the train? Right, then we're going to add some dimensionals. Let me get my mini. I always have my black mini dimensionals, but you know we have the white too if you want to use the white. So we're going to put our sign. Put a couple mini dimensionals on the sign. And put that. How did I do that? I'm going to put that right over here. And then my little penguin jumping up and down like he's peeking over the train on the inside. So you're going to want to close it. And then I want him to be peeking out over here. But then when you open, yeah, make sure it doesn't interfere with the greeting part, you know. But I want him to be seen coming out on top. And then I got a bunch of smoke, billows of smoke. So use the mini dimensionals for these two. So we're going to add 4 of them. I think you can die cut 3. So really 3 is probably enough, but I put 4. So you're going to want to close your train and you're going to put your smoke coming out of your, I don't know, your smokestack or whatever, and have it like circle around the greeting area, like coming around the top. Oh. No liver today. We did take my mom liver though the other day, so she's got a lot of liver. Oh, she called me today. I bought her a new pair of pants on Amazon the other day. And she's like, she called me today right before I went live, and she's like, oh my gosh, I love your pants you bought me. She said, I love them. I'm like, I'm so, you know, like my mom, I don't know, it's probably most of us that have parents that are hard to buy for, you know, for birthdays and stuff. And I bought her these pants thinking that she would probably like them because I love them. But, yeah, look how cute. And then when it's closed, it's like, whoop, whoop. Do you like my sound effects? Isn't it cute? It's adorable. Elf approved and sleigh delivered. Adorable. And then here's the other one. Same, but different, right? And let me tell you the colors I used for this card now. So I did use a lot of blends. Let me get my notes. What did I use? What card? This one right here, I think. Okay, so I used, let me show you. I'm just going to grab them all out and I'll show you. Okay. All right. I know there's a lot, but we're making 3 different colors of cards, so you have to, you know, color accordingly. All right, so we got mint macaron, dark, which is, no, that's soft. That's, oh yeah. Is that what I used? Yeah, I used the soft succulent in the dark. Okay. And you know, these come in combos, so you're going to get the light and the dark, but I used the dark, excuse me, for the train. And then I used the mint macaron in the light for the train. So let me show you up close here. So mint macaron for the light, and then the soft succulent for the dark to kind of coordinate it really cute. And then I used the poppy parade. Mainly I used the light, but then I threw in a little bit of dark for, you know, coloring or whatever, for shadowing. And then smoky slate light for the train body, you know, like the trailer hitch and all that, and the tires. Oh, and I used the poppy parade for the tires too. Then I used the basic black in the dark for his gloves and the penguin. Then I used the pale papaya in the dark for the penguin, his little feet and his mouth. Oh, and I used the poppy parade for the sign too. And then I think last but not least, I used the pool party for the smoke from the train. Is that it? Oh, and his beard. I used it in the beard. I did what Pat did. I did on the beard too, like Patty did. All right, so I think that was it. Those were the color blends that or the Stampin' blends that I used for this card. And I think like Poppy Parade I reused, the black, the smoky slate, the pale papaya, the blends or the pool party. But then we added in the parakeet party, or parakeet party, right? Is that the other color? Parakeet party? Yeah, parakeet party. That just didn't sound right when I said it. Parakeet party, and then I also used shaded spruce, which is like a color I've never used before, so that's really good to use that. And then I used the crumb cake on some of them. And then, oh yeah, what is this? Pale petal pink for Santa's face. Now, if you don't want to color, this designer paper, the Santa Express designer paper, you can cut out the images from the designer paper with the dies, so you don't have to color if you don't like it. Me, I like it. So if you guys like to color like I do, this will be really relaxing for you guys. But the designer paper, the Santa Express, has the train, the trailer. It has the images you can just die cut. So it saves you a little time from coloring it if you don't want to color. Okay? All right. Card number 1. That's it. Super cute. Okay. Card number 2. I'm going to give these away at the end of the hour too, so stick around. All right, so this was card number 1. This was the first one I made. Oh, and I'm using Wink Stella on this beard, on the smoke. And that's just a little extra shimmer on there. You got to have Christmas cards with shimmer, right? Yes, we do. Especially in the glitter pit. All right, we're making Pat's card now. This is the bridge card. So cute. Wait, am I kind of crooked here? What happened? Am I good? Yeah. All right. Card number 2. Let me get my consumables here. Got an extra puff of smoke. Oh, I got 2. All right, these are your consumables. Now, let me share something with you guys. I didn't know this, Pat, until I made your card, but look, this little square is already in the designer paper, like in 3 by 3 1/4 inch squares. All you have to do is just cut it. And there's like, they're all like in a row. They're awesome in the designer paper. So you got your little like magical Christmas scene already done in the designer paper. All you have to do is just cut it at 3 1/4 by 3. Yeah. And that's going to be your perfect scene for the back. I love it. All right, let's start with all your pieces you're going to get from yours truly. You're going to get your piece of basic white for all your stamping and die cutting. Sometimes you just need a really special card for the grandkids or a teacher or, you know, somebody that's got, you know, just a little over the top extra. Because let's face it, we don't color all of these for like 100 people. At least I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. There's just too much time in a day to color. Okay, Poppy Parade cardstock. Hold on, I gotta flip my notes over here. These are my up close and personal notes. All right, Poppy Parade is cut at 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. Okay, we're gonna score it at 1. This is card number 2. Score it at 1. Score it at 2. Then score it at 5 1/2 and 6 1/2. Am I doing good so far, Pat? I totally dissected your card. I did. I took out my ruler. I was like, what did she do? So that's the way it's going to fold. So kind of like a V right here at the end. So 1, 2, 5 1/2, 6 1/2. And the card is 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. Okay. Then your piece of basic white is for stamping. Remember, let me show you this here. This is for the stamping on this card. No, that's for that one. Hold on. This is for this one. This one's probably the most for the stamping just because there's a lot going on. You're gonna stamp the tree. I don't even know if you guys can see all the extras. Here, let me just slowly show you all the extras. See, it looks like there's a lot of extra stuff back here, but it's really just the penguins. Santa, Santa, Santa. Hi. See him waving? It's so cute. All right. Then you have the Christmas tree up on top. Then you have the Christmas presents in the trailer, right? So you're going to need to stamp that. This is the way the Christmas tree looks like in the stamp set. But look, this is the way it's going to go onto the trailer. So that cut line right there is just going to go underneath the trailer a little bit. So it looks like it's just sitting there. Isn't that cute? And I used the shaded spruce for the tree and then parakeet party for the train. Okay, so this is the layout of your 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 that you want to stamp. Remember, if you mess up on the stamping, just flip it over. Okay, it's no problem. But just stamp where you've already, stamp where you haven't stamped already if you've already stamped it. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's for the stamping pieces right here for all the little pieces. And then this piece is for the back of the card, which is cut at 3 1/4 by 4. This is where you're going to sign your card. And we're going to stamp the Merry Christmas, right? Okay. And then you have your designer paper, which is also the Santa Express. I love this paper. It's the Poppy Parade. Now, I know this panel is 1 inch by 4 1/4, but you're going to be covering this bottom section over with the bridge. So that's 1 inch. So we don't need it to be the whole 4 inches long because you'll just be covering it up. You know what I mean? So to get more paper or get more mileage with your paper, I'm cutting it at 7/8 by 3 1/4. And then that inch is going to cover up the bottom. So you're going to need 2 pieces cut at 7/8 by 3 1/4. And then the bridge part is 1 inch by 5 1/2. And then you're also going to get the railroad track and the basic white. And that's it. And then the white for stamping. Okay? Oh, and then the designer paper. We talked about that earlier. This is cut at 3 by 3 1/4. And like I said, and let me see if it shows up in the mini catalog. Hold on. Because I want to show you, like when you cut the paper, it's already laid out with the designs. I might have to go get it because it's so awesome. the way it's already like laid out. Well, you can't see it really. This right here. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's got to be that one. This one right here. See this right here? So you got like 1, 2, 3. And then there's 4 across, I think. So you're just going to cut them. 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/4, or 3, 3, 3, whatever. However, look at your trimmer when you're cutting it. Because it's cut precisely at 3 by 3 1/4. And that's going to be right back here for your little window. And it already decorates it. I love it, Pat. It's so cute. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's add the designer paper onto the Poppy Parade. I'm going to put this right in the back. And you want to keep it up towards the top, but yet give it a little border. Because see, the train and all that's going to be down here. So you're not even going to see that, right? So look. See? You don't even see it. Then we're going to add the strips along the sides. These will be shorter. They're not supposed to fit because we don't want to cover them up. 3 1/4 by 7/8. Gonna get 2. Oh, my husband's up. He's up. He's awake. What? Where are you going? For what? Oh, yeah. Good thing you set your alarm. He's got a massage. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm telling you, this week is crazy. I have so many appointments this week. It's crazy. I got an appointment tomorrow. I had an appointment on Monday. He's got an appointment today. I have an appointment on Friday. It's like crazy. All right, now we're going to put our bridge. This is the 1 by 5. Now, the easiest way to do this is put your adhesive on both ends only, okay? This is going to attach to your card. So put it on one end, right down here. Line it up with the edge on the side and the bottom, just like that. Then you're just going to close over your card and then attach that over. That's it. And then that's going to make your bridge. See? Ta-da! Isn't it cute? So cute. All right, now we're going to add our train track. Let me use my liquid glue again. I'm going to put our train track on. This is in basic white. Don't need a lot. I started something today. I'm going to be here to testify that because I'm like doing so good. Knock on wood, praise the Lord. But I am like, today, I officially stopped my prednisone. Can you believe it? I was on, so since I had the septic shock back in 2020, no, it was actually 2019 when I almost died with septic shock. And that was from all things a little blister, and it went like crazy. It went so fast. But, so ever since then, when I got on this, healthy kick, trying to eat better and do better, when you know better, you do better, right? So when I, started going keto carnivore, so we're strictly carnivore, just a little bit of keto. Keto is like anything under 20 grams of carbs, but we're pretty much like 5 grams of carbs. So I consider myself and Richard pretty much 100% carnivore. So all we eat is meat. But so ever since that happened back in December of 19, I was cutting back on my prednisone. So I was down to a half a pill, which ended up, I think the smallest amount of milligrams that my rheumatologist could give me was 4 milligrams. So I've been cutting that down to 2 for the last 2 years. So I told Richard, I said, I think I'm going to try going without prednisone now. So be praying for me that it's great because I feel so amazing. I really, really feel awesome. I mean, my hand is still not working, but I've learned to adjust with that. And my shoulders, I mean, I feel like some days are better than the others, but I still can't raise my hands above my head. But I'm still living my best life. You know what I mean? You know, you just got to adjust and keep living life. So, anyway, today's the first day without my prednisone, so I'll keep you posted. I didn't even tell my rheumatologist. I know, I'm such a bad girl. I'm such a rebel. Just kidding. But see, have you guys ever taken the, okay, so now I'm talking to those of you that have rheumatoid arthritis. Have you ever taken that Gelzan? What is it? Gelzaz? It's, I forget how you spell it. It's spelled really weird. I've been on that since the septic shock. But my doctor has been like questioning me about stuff about that. I don't know if he's wanting me to get off of it or if there's side effects. I don't know. So I'm putting my dimensionals again on the lower part of the train, right? I'll show you the colors I'm using for this. You know what? Before I put that on, I got to put my tree on. Let me use my liquid glue. So I'm taking the caboose and I'm going to put a little strip of glue at the very top. Tiny, tiny strip, right? Did that even go on there? I can't even see it. Okay, put a little strip on there, and there's my little tree. Look how cute it is. Isn't that cute? But see, this white edge right here at the bottom is going to go behind my little caboose, and it fits perfectly, right? So just use a little bit of glue, and that should sit up there really cute. Okay, then we're going to take the presents right here, and I'm going to glue that onto inside of the caboose. This is much easier to decorate when you got it off the card. Right, Pat? Oh, okay, isn't that cute? So it's like chugging along. All right, now we can put our train on. So I'm going to put our train. Now I want my smokestack over here towards this edge so my smoke can come over there. So I'm going to put my train right here. And then, of course, the train is connected. And I want to connect that. I'm going to put that underneath maybe so it connects good. Wait. I just don't want to knock my tree off with it being wet. There we go. Okay. There we go. There. So make sure you're putting your dimensionals at the bottom because you only got that 1 inch. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, I went low enough. So 1 inch, like a 1 inch give, you know, like for your dimensionals. So make sure you have it because if you don't, then you don't want it to stick, you know. All right, now we can put our little, it's Santa on the back. I love these penguins. Seriously. They're so cute. They're like jumping for joy. We're just going to have them jumping up here. Like that one. Yeah. And then this one. You could put really a lot if you want. You know? Look how cute. It's Santa! Yeah. Oh, I got to color this one. I got to color this sign. I meant to do that before, but... All right, so this is the little, you know, this way sign for Santa to go. So I'm coloring it like a candy cane. Poppy Parade light. We're going to put this over top of the front end of my train. Okay. Just kind of pointing him in the right direction on where to go. Then you're going to add your smoke. I need my mini dimensionals, which are right here. Okay. Mini dimensionals are really great for the smoke. So the big smoke right here, you'll have like, I think it's 3 different sizes of your smoke. So put one of your smoke in like right underneath your smokestack or whatever. And then the medium one. Another mini dimensional. And then your small one. These all should fit onto your panel over here. Just kind of have them go up like that. Okay. Here's a little one. Who has this bundle? Do you guys love it? So cute. Okay, so there's a smoke. Woo woo. Right. Now let's stamp our back piece. This is your 3 1/4 by 4. We're going to use the Poppy Parade again, I think. Yeah, we're going to stamp the Merry Christmas on this one. Okay, let me get Merry Christmas and the Poppy Parade. Stamp it right in the center. You could add more smoke. You can add a penguin on here if you want. So cute. Okay. It's actually your card. You can do whatever you want. You can add more, less. Actually make it with a different stamp set if you don't have it. You know? Okay. Now we're going to put our backing on. This would also be where you would sign it. So you don't even really have to stamp anything if you just want to sign it. Flip it over. And this is your 3 1/4 by 4. Fits perfectly. So there's the back. And there's the front. How cute. So adorable. Am I missing anything? No, I think I covered it. Oh, so let me show the markers. Same markers. I used the Poppy Parade, the black, the crumb cake for the wheel this time. So I just outlined the wheel, you know, like he's chugging along. And then the shaded spruce for the tree with Poppy Parade. Pale papaya for the star and the penguin. Basic black for the undercarriage and all that, and the trailer hitch and the penguins. And then I used the Poppy Parade for the train. And then Pool Party for the beard and the smoke. Is that it? That's it. So it's very cute. So I'm kind of tying in the green in the back and then the crumb cake. Yeah, so this is the card, number 2. So adorable. All right, this one we're going to give away. This one I'm going to put into the envelope. And then once again, here is the way you're going to stamp those images. Because there's a little bit more on this card. Because you're using 2 penguins. But if you have Whisper White, Basic White, you guys could go crazy with the penguins. Oh, and then I added Wink Estella, of course, to the beard, to the wheel, and to the penguin's belly. And the smoke. And then see, it folds flat like this. I just keep all my cards in a clear envelope here. But you're going to get the basic white envelopes for mailing. Okay, so see, it fits in here perfectly. So you'll get the basic white envelopes for your cards, okay? So that's card number 2. So far, so good, guys. All right, this is my second card here. All right, now the gift card holder. Now, I have a video, an older video, well, from maybe, April of this year, that shows you how to make the gift bag. And I think I called it, let me see, I wrote it down. Easy DIY Pop-Up Pocket Card. So, and that's on my YouTube channel, so you guys can view that. So, if you guys want to make it a different way, this one is really cute. It's the same idea. So this is the way the card opens up, and then your gift card is right here. Okay? Very, very cute. All right, let's get our pieces. This is card number 3. Oh, I still got my smoke over here. All right, so we're not using the Poppy Parade this time. We're using the shaded spruce. It's a color that's very neglected in my collection, I'll tell you. It's not the color green that I typically grab, but it coordinates really nice with this designer paper because it's all that shaded spruce color. Now the train, I used the shaded spruce light with the soft seafoam marker. And then everything else is pretty much the same. Black, crumb cake, Poppy Parade, Pool Party, you know what I mean? But the train, I used the shaded spruce light with the soft seafoam dark. That's what I used for the train on this one. Okay? All right. Let's get all our pieces out. Oh, look, I even tucked my little green holiday. This is from my downline, Roberta. She gives me all kinds of gift cards. She knows I'm an avid collector of gift cards. But this one matches really good with the card. All right, and then once again, you're going to have your envelope. and your consumables. You won't have any stamped images, I'm sorry. This is Stampin' Up's policy. Okay, so I got my train. You will have your circles, shaded spruce, and your basic white. Okay. I think there's a penguin in here too somewhere. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, so let me scoot all this over here. Okay, let's start with the shaded spruce. Let me switch out my directions here. Okay, so your shaded spruce. Are you guys ready for card number 3? So cute. All right, 4 1/4 by 11. We're gonna score this piece. Let's get our scoring, our paper trimmer. This is a scoring tool also. So we're gonna score on the 11-inch side at 3 5/8. And that's the 5/8 is right past the half. This will be scored for you when you get it in your packet though. So 3 5/8 and 8 7/8. And that is, the 7/8 is right before the 9. Okay, so this is going to make your card pretty easy. And then your belly band is cut at 1 1/2. Let me make sure. Belly band, yeah. Belly band is cut at 1 inch. Oh no, I cut it at 1 1/4. I better change that. Let me see what I wrote on my directions. Hold on. Let me make sure it's right. Belly band is, 1 1/2. 1 1/2. So that's why I cut it at 1 1/2. I wrote 1. So 1 1/2 by 11. Okay, you're going to get this in your card kit too. And it's going to be scored. So you're going to score this at 2 1/8 on the 11-inch side and 7 1/2. Now, when you put this on the card the first time before making your bag, it might be a little bit big, but this is going to be a little bit poochy because your bag is like gonna, and plus the ribbon is really cute too. So, but scoring your belly band is going to fit around your card to keep it closed. Okay, so like I said, it might seem like it's a little bit big, but remember, a belly band you want to be able to get off and slide off to get access to the inside, all right? All right, now let's score our designer paper. This is for the gift bag. So now your designer paper should be the top of your bag, should be the long side. So this is cut at, hold on, let me see here, 9 1/2 long by 4 wide. Okay, so 4 inches by 9 1/4. Yep. Okay, so on the 9 1/4 inch side, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. This should be scored for you too. I'm going to try to score it for you guys. 1. So 1/2 inch, 1, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, and 9. Okay, now you're going to flip. Now this is directional paper because this is the bag. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about because I made one to show you specifically on what you don't want to do. Because see, the bag is facing the right way here. See this bag? It's going upward like this. So the directional paper has to go up. But you're going to score the top of your bag, which is the way we want it, the top of your bag at 1 inch. Okay, so score it at 1 inch at the top. And then slide it down to 3 1/2 for the bottom. Okay, so that's going to be your gift bag. Now let me show you this one that I didn't cut right. So now this one has, this is the same designer paper in the Santa Express. See how the fa la 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 is going this way instead of this way. I mean, it's really no big deal, but I want my presents to go right because it's like a gift bag, right? So if you want to make sure, if you're using directional paper, to cut your 4 inch is not, no, 9 1/4 inch is going the direction you want. Okay? But this will be done for you in your card kit. If not, it will just be upside down or sideways or whatever. Okay? I think that's it. All right, now let me show you what I did on mine. Oh, and then you're also going to get this ribbon here. What is this ribbon called? Okay, this is the 3/16 iridescent trim. And this is in the mini catalog, and it's very sparkly. So you're going to get 2 3-inch pieces for your gift bag. Okay? All right. So now this is what I did, because I have one that's already scored too. But what I did is, because this paper is so busy, you're going to take your ruler. Now this is what you're going to have to do when you get your kit, because if you guys got like, well, I'm 55, so maybe your eyes are better than mine. But either side you're using will be busy. So it's kind of like hard to see the score lines. So what I did is I took each score line and I put my ruler here. Let me zoom in so I can show you exactly what I did. So I took my ruler and then I folded up the score line, right? And then I just took my ruler and tucked it right into that score line, and then I drew a pencil line right on that score line. Then do the next one, fold it up, then draw a pencil line. Okay, and then go to the next score line. Because I'm not going to do this for you in the kit, but you guys can do this if you guys have a trouble seeing where to cut. Okay, so I did all the score lines here, as well as the 1 inch, because this is the top of my bag, remember? The 1 inch is the top, and then this is the bottom. Okay, so make sure you just do it with a pencil really quick. It doesn't take very long. It just helps you to cut it properly. Okay, all right. So we're going to cut that in a minute. Let me give you the rest of the measurements. So I have the scallop circle with the shaded spruce. This is from the layering dies. This is approximately 3 inches. I think it's the second to largest die, I think. And then this basic white circle is about 2 5/8. Okay, so this is going to layer together. This is what we're going to put our train on for the front. Then your designer paper is also from the Santa Express. This piece is cut at 1 7/8 by 4. This side's pretty too, but it's going to be crooked probably. It's not going to go right direction. So I like the snowflake anyway. And then the striped is 3 3/8 by 4, and that's going to be for the bottom. Okay. Then your basic white. Remember, you're getting 2 pieces of basic white. You're going to use the smallest one for the inside of your card. And then your bigger piece is going to be for stamping these 4 items onto the card. Okay, and then you're going to color them and die cut them, unless you're using the designer paper. So, but this piece is going to go on the inside, and this piece is cut at 4 by 5. Okay, I think that's all the pieces now. So let's go ahead and decorate our base of the card. We're going to do some stamping first before we put that in. I'm going to put our designer paper onto the front. Okay, that's going to go there. And this is going to go on the bottom. Okay, so then this is how the card's going to close up. Cute. Like it. All right, then we're going to stamp on this piece, and we're going to use, what are we going to use for this piece on the inside? Special delivery just for you. And that is going to be with the shaded spruce. Now, what I did for my first one is I put them all on the same block. Here, let me see. Do I have my chamois over here? I don't think I do. All right, I'm just going to stamp the special delivery. I'll show you my finished one. So I'm going to stamp the special delivery over here to the right, because our gift bag is going to be over here, remember? So we want that to be over to the right-hand side. And I've already used my Merry Christmas with the Poppy Parade, but I didn't bring my chamois over to clean it off. So I would stamp the special delivery just for you, and then also the Merry Christmas. Okay? And then you're going to add your little penguin and stuff. Okay, and then we're going to put this on the inside of the card. That's going to go there. Okay, so far so good. All right, now let's make our bag. So let me get my paper snips. Okay, so we're going to cut. Now the pencils will work out good too, so you guys can see right where to cut. You're going to cut on this score line here. You're going to remove this little rectangle area and the top. Okay. Then you're going to go to these 3 score lines and remove that section as well as the bottom. See, the pencil makes it really a lot easier to follow, to cut the score lines. Plus, your first one you can keep as a template if you want. Then you're going to cut the end, which is a little smidge. Then cut the bottom. And it only takes a couple of minutes to do that, to use the pencil, you know. And it's worth it because then you know you're cutting right. Okay, so this is what your piece should look like now. Let me zoom out. Okay. Remove all this stuff here. Okay, so this is your bag. Right? Okay, so now we're going to seal up. Wait, we got to punch our holes first. We're going to use the crocodile. Now, if you have a hole punch, I'm going to be using the, what is this size here? This is the 3/16 end on the crocodile. So it's the bigger circle punch. You see that bigger one there? There's a smaller one, which is 1/8 circle here. So I'm going to use the bigger one because the trim is a little bit bigger. Okay, so on the 1-inch side, the top is where we want to put our handles. So we're going to take our crocodile or your hole punch, and I'm sliding it in from the side, and I'm just going to punch right close to that 1-inch score line. Okay, then you're going to go to the other side and slide that one in over here. Slide it in as far as you can and get it close as you can to that 1-inch score line and punch that out. So you have your 2 punches there, and then you're going to do the exact same thing. Remember, you're using the top of your bag. So you're going to punch over here and then turn it and slide it in as far as you can and get as close as you can to that 1-inch score line. Not right on it because you're going to fold that over that. Okay, then you're going to take your trim. Now, if you guys got my Halloween project, you guys got my floss threader, right? So you guys can use that. But I think I can do this without my floss threader because I used a big enough hole punch. So put your ribbon through the 2 holes on one side. And then have your ends facing the inside of the bag like this. Okay, like that. Then the handle part's up here. So you're going to pull this and making sure you're pulling it so it's just barely in there, in the hole. See? Can you see that right here and right here? It's just a little bit sticking out. Let me see if you can see that. I think you guys can see that, right? Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit, because now we're going to take tear and tape. And we're going to put that, we're going to cut enough. Let me see, what is the measurement of this? This is about, say about 3 inches, if you want to be exact. But you just want to put tear and tape over that ribbon end right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So see, we got our handle out here, right? And we're going to put our tear and tape over this handle on the inside to secure that backing down. Press that down. And then take your pick tool. Hold on. And peel off that backing. You know what? I should do this side first. Let me feed in the other side. Where's my other ribbon? There it is. I want them to be kind of equal or the same. Pull in the ribbon to the back. Right? Okay. And then pull this up to the front, right? Just a little bit showing from the inside. Like that. Can you see it? Just a little. Oh, sorry. Just a little bit sticking out. Enough to grab that tearing tape and take another piece about 3 inches. You can kind of eyeball it. About there is good. You just want to secure that ribbon, plus you want to secure that 1 inch fold down. Okay, so secure that ribbon and then peel that off. Okay, and then you're going to fold that 1 inch down. And then you have your handle sticking out, right? And then do this side. Isn't that cute? So cute! Look at the handles, right? Adorable. All right, now we're going to take our liquid glue. And on the end with the tiny 1/4 of an inch, this end right here, we're going to fold this over here. Let me see how I do this here. We're going to fold this over. We're going to put our glue, going to fold that over, and we're going to put our glue right on this edge, this tiny, tiny edge, a little bit. The more you put on, the longer you're going to be holding that down, you know. Then seal that up, fold it over, just seal it up. It should line up perfectly, okay? Just hold it there for a couple minutes. Okay. And if it sticks over here, see how mine's sticking out a little bit? I'm just going to take my snips and just trim that off. So it's flush with the edge. Okay. And then there's your bag. And then the ends are going to push in like this. Like that. Okay. You guys with me so far? All right, now we're going to keep our bag like this. We're going to put tearing tape on this edge right here. Remember, this is your 3.5 inch, I think. Yeah, 3.5 inch for the bottom, and then you have this side over here. So you're just going to fold it up, and you're going to put tearing tape on both sides on that score line. I need the end of my tape right here. Okay, so we're just going to put a score line right here. That on there. Flip it over. Am I in camera still? Okay. Then flip it over and put it on this edge over here. Right on that score. Well, not right on the score line, but within that score line area. Okay. That's it. Then you're going to take your backings off, both sides. I don't want to lay this down because then it's going to grab onto that. And I'll be stuck to the grid paper. Okay, so you peeled off the tearing tape on both sides. Then you're going to grab your card and you're going to put this right in the center, right up to that score line. Right? And then fold over your card. And then that's going to make your little gift bag. Isn't it cute? I love it. All right, then you're going to take your gift card, or you can even put cash in there. Put your gift card or cash in there. So cute. Now, see, this is where it gets a little poochy right here with this ribbon, because this ribbon is like a cording, but it's got sprigs on it that's sparkly. Can you see? Oh, yeah, that's sparkly. I like it. But it's a little poochy. So, but it's great if you got like a face-to-face event, like, you know, unwrapping Christmas. Put this in your Christmas stocking or whatever, right? All right, now let's decorate our front of our circle. We're going to put our train. We're just using the train part because the circle is just big for that. Get all my smoke, billows of smoke. and my penguin because he's so cute. All right. We're going to put our Santa on Stampin' Dimensionals. Whoops. Just dropped them. Rats. Where's my, oh, here's my mini dimensionals. I'll use my mini dimensionals. All right, so we're going to put our Santa. Put a couple dimensionals on that. And then we're going to put this onto the front of the basic white. Did I do anything else? No, that was it. So put it kind of low because we're going to put our puffs of smoke on there too. So we're going to put our largest one on. I'm going to put it kind of coming right out of the steam train right there. And then the other ones are going to have to be put on the shaded spruce circle, the scallop. See, there's enough room there to put another puff of smoke. I'm going to put this one here. Okay. Did I put, yeah, I think I'd only put 2 puffs of smoke on this one because I want them attached to the circle like that. Okay. Choo choo. Then see, now this is where the belly band's going to fit a lot better because when you first did it, you're probably thinking it's a little bit big, but with the poochy, see how poochy it is? It fits really not, it's just going to be snug, not too tight, you know. It's just like the 3 little pigs. It's just right. I'm going to put some adhesive. Actually, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to put some tear and tape here just to secure that down a little bit more. Take a couple pieces of tear and tape. Now the belly band kind of overlaps like a 1/4 of an inch, right? So line up your, once you burnish your edges, remember you don't want it too tight, then just put your tear and tape over top of that seam there. Your circle is going to cover that up anyway, okay? So you're going to take that off. And put this onto the front, just like that. Isn't it cute? And then see, it slides off. And then you have your gift bag. Let's put our other little things on the inside. Like I said, you can do more, you can do less. We're going to put our little sign. I want to put my Merry Christmas. I should, let me see here. Let me just clean off my stamp here. I got some, where's my Merry Christmas? Hold on. I'm just going to clean this off with, where's my Merry Christmas here? Hold on. I'm just going to clean this off. I got a spray bottle over here. I'm going to improvise because I got to stamp my Christmas on there so I know where to put my sign and stuff, you know? Okay. Good enough. All right, let's get our shaded spruce out again. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our Merry Christmas over here. So special delivery just for you, and then Merry Christmas is going to go right under that. Okay, like that. Then we can put our sign right here over to the side. Oh, maybe I put it over here. I'm going to put it over here and put my penguin up here. Do it a little bit different. There are no mistakes in stamping. You know this. Just change it up, right? All right. So we're going to put our penguin up here. He's here. He's here. Right? Santa. How cute. And then the belly band goes on here. So adorable. So that's the 3rd project. Yay! Do you like it? You love it? You want it? I love watching you create. You are so Such a pro at it. Oh, thank you. Who said that? Thank you. We have fun here in the glitter pit creating, don't we? All right, let me clean up my little area here. I'll bring in the cards again. We're going to give away the 3 cards to 3 different people. And don't forget to use the host code. You'll get the stuff to make your cards. Get my waste paper basket. Okay. All right. So then this is the one that looks a little bit different with the penguin. I used the Winkostella here on the penguin and the sign. And then on this one I used, the Winkostella on the beard and the puff of smoke, right? So cute. And this will fit into a regular size envelope. I got the hiccups. All right, so that's my card there. All right, and then this one was the bridge card that Pat made me. Thank you, Pat. All right, so these 3 cards. Let me clean this off here. Hold on. Got to get my area cleaned up. Let me clean it up really quick. Look at all these puffs of smoke I got. Woohoo! Perfect, right? Yes. I cut extra in case I lost them, you know, between my office and my area over here. You never know what could happen. Right? All right, so here is the bridge card. And then here is the other bridge card. In the clear envelope, right? So there's that one. So cute. And then here's the mint macaron fun fold with the flap right here. And then this is the one we're going to give away. Actually, let me put this over here. These 2 are the ones I'm going to give away today. Those are the ones we made. And then this one is the gift bag with the gift card. Can you see it? Yeah. So cute. I love them all. The stamp set was awesome to play with. I loved it. All right. Let's do it. You guys want to give them away? Let me just move this stuff out of the way. Also, don't forget the printable is over, well, it's actually down below in the description box. And it will be there too once I finalize the video from the live today. So you can print this off. It has the host code that we're using, the dates. Also, this is an interactive printable. You have click here to watch the video, which will be live tomorrow from my blog post tomorrow. So you can click this from your phone or your computer, whatever. Also, you can shop online here at orderwithdawn.com. Also, right here will take you to my YouTube channel if you want to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like today's live, right? That always helps. And tell a friend. Always tell a friend, right? All right, let's do the glitter spinner. Let me get my spinner right here. All right, let's do the first card right here. Oh, this is the trim. Look how pretty it is. A big old bolt of it. This is in the holiday catalog right now, okay? All right, so let's do the bridge. Well, let's do them in order that we made them. Let's do the mint macaron card first. You guys ready? Yay. So happy I was able to come in. Yes, Neralda, you won. Hold on, I got to get my Post-it notes here. One moment, please. I feel like I'm slipping off my chair, too. Hold on. Woo, hold on. There we go. Okay, so I got my Post-it notes. Neralda, you haven't won anything in a while either, have you? Okay, Neralda, I got your address. Don't you love it when I have your address? You don't even have to contact me. I'll just send it out. Now, please keep in mind if you guys have moved since the last time you won something, please let me know because then I don't have to get it back and then resend it. That's extra postage, you know. So this is the mint macaron card you're going to get, Neralda. Yay! Congratulations! Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, so you're going to get this card. I'll get those sent out tomorrow. And then this card, the bridge card, let me write on here, bridge. This is going to, let's spin it. Spin it to win it. Woo! Thank you, everybody, for the hearts. I love you guys. All right. Right here. Renee! Woo-woo, Renee! Yay! I have your address too, Renee. Renee, you got the bridge card. Woo-woo. I want to make sure I'm hitting the right applause. Don't know what that does to me when I hit that fax. Ugh, it's just terrible. All right, Renee, you got the bridge card. Yay. He's here, he's here. Then we got the gift card holder. Let's spin that one. Spinning, spinning. Angie. Angie Latham. Angie, I think I have your address, Angie, don't I? Latham. You look familiar. You got the gift card holder with the package. Yay. All right, let me say here. What am I going to say? I'll say gift bag. Then I'll know what card that is. Okay. Yay, Angie. Woo woo. Yay. Congratulations, everybody. All right, now let's do a glitter spinner. The end of the live, because we're at the end now. I know, time flies, doesn't it? We're having so much fun. Seriously, it goes by so fast. All right, and a quick reminder, you're gonna leave. Oh no, this is for this week's card kit. This is what that looks like. You'll get all the consumables in your little card kit, and those usually are going out the beginning of the week. Also, here's the host code. Let me give you guys that in case you're looking for it. Okay, this is good today through Saturday at midnight Eastern time. And we're going to give away a package of rhinestones. These are awesome. Don't you love our rhinestones? They're so great. All right, let me type this, or let me write this out here. Rhinestones. Every time I say rhinestone, it makes me think of like a rhinestone cowboy. Bum, bum. All right, let's spin it. Spin it to win it, cupcakes. Spin it to win it, right here. Oh, Kimberly! Kimberly, right? Kimberly, Snowy Mom. Kimberly. What is your last name, Kimberly? So I can look you up. I know I have your address, but what is your last name? Let me scroll down here. Kimberly, tell me what your last name is again. I don't want to look through my whole database looking for Kimberly. You know what I mean? Can't be sparkly enough. I know it. The new gold swirls that came with the new fitting florets is great. Oh my gosh, I haven't got mine yet, Deborah. That's good. You pre-ordered it. I got mine coming, but I did the slow train. Woo woo. The slow train to Michigan. But it doesn't even start for everybody until November 1st. So I figured I have time. I got to focus on the next bundle, which I think I'm going to do a Christmas card next week too. But are you guys wanting to do birthday or something? What are you guys ready to do? I know there's birthdays and stuff coming up. I mean, just because it's the holiday season. I have somebody that's birthday is on Halloween Day. I have a couple people that's birthdays are right on Christmas or a day after or even 2 days after Christmas. So just because it's the holidays, we still need to celebrate birthdays. So I'm willing to do a birthday card kit if you guys want to do birthdays. But I'm thinking I'm going to do one more Christmas at least. Because I feel like everything's on back order. Kimberly, did you say what your name was yet? Kimberly, are you here? Kimberly. What is Kimberly? Oh! Kimberly Snow. Duh. I should have known that. Okay, Kimberly, I'll get you the rhinestones. Congratulations, girl. All right. Yay. Woo-hoo. Congratulations to everybody. All right, so here's the things to know. These are the new stamps that I'm giving away next week. But in order to get in that drawing, you got to leave a comment on my website tomorrow, starting tomorrow morning. About 7 o'clock is when that blog post goes live. Okay, so leave a comment on my blog post titled The Santa Delivery Card Class Number 5. I think that's the title of my card class blog post tomorrow. Leave a comment. You'll scroll down and you can see both of these stamp sets, all right? So leave a comment over there and we'll draw 2 names next week and it might be you and then I'll send them out. There's no purchase necessary. Just leave a comment. Say something nice and sweet, right? So you got to do that and use this host code through Saturday and you'll get the card kit for today's cards, which is right here. The Santa Delivery number 5 card kit. Really cute. And what else? Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter every Wednesday. Yeah, I think that was it, right? And then don't forget to give me a thumbs up for today's live. And then don't forget to subscribe. I just crossed over 112,000 subscribers. You know what it is? It's so I'm so impatient. YouTube, now I only see my ticker roll over every 1,000 subscribers. It used to be when I first started, it would show me every one. And then after I hit 100,000 subscribers, then it was every 1,000. So it's it takes forever, but it doesn't really take forever. But it's until I reach that next level, then it's 112. I just rolled over for 112,000 subscribers. So thank you everybody that subscribes and thank you everybody that rewatches my video. And if you catch the replay, thank you. Try to make it here on Wednesday at 3 o'clock live. We're here at 3 o'clock Eastern time, which is what? 1 o'clock Mountain. No. Yeah, 1 o'clock Mountain, noon Pacific, and 2 Central. And then 3 o'clock Eastern. Those are all the same time zones. It just depends on what part of the country in the U.S. you live in, all right? So, but we're here at 3 o'clock on Wednesday, and you can catch live, and then you have a chance to win some of these prizes, right? All right, and thank you, everybody. I think everybody's enjoying the card classes. I'm so excited about it. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Okay, same glitter time, same glitter station. We'll see you next week. I love you guys. Bye.